Hello, America. I'm Erick Erickson. These are your four things to know this afternoon. These stories were still unfolding as the show ended. You'll want to know about them before the day is over and you get home. Up first, the Marines and the National Guard are headed to Los Angeles, and now we know how much it costs. We're beginning with that headline. It reflects just how fragile public order has become on the West Coast. The Pentagon has confirmed the deployment of U.S. Marines and the National Guard to Los Angeles is going to cost taxpayers $134 million. That's a number from the Pentagon. It's a staggering number, particularly when you realize it's being spent to stabilize just a couple of city blocks of a major American city from within, not defend it from foreign attack, although some people may see it as otherwise. What's going on in Los Angeles is what happens when progressive governance collides with reality. The city's overrun with these protests, organized theft, homelessness, and gang activity. Years of lax law enforcement, defunding the police, and permissive prosecution have created a powder keg, and now the federal government has to step in. And again, the media is right. It's only a couple of city blocks, but those city blocks are having Gavin Newsom tried to frame this as a show of unity, but let's not pretend this is normal. The Marines are supposed to fight wars, not babysit cities that refuse to enforce their own laws. This is what happens when local leadership prioritizes ideology over order. And now Americans across the country are forced to foot the bill for their failure. The deployment may be necessary, but it should never have been needed in the first place. The New York Times has published a long-form piece analyzing President Trump's new global trade doctrine and the views from the World Trade Organization. The thesis? Donald Trump is orchestrating the most significant shift in global economic policy in decades away from interdependence and towards industrial sovereignty. Though there are benefits to the disruptions, there are also costs. We are intending to reshore the supply chain for antibiotics, which is good. We're reshoring our industrial capacity for the military and the supply chain for weapons, also good. But we're also alienating allies, driving up consumer costs for things that could be made abroad and adding lots of uncertainty to business planning for the future, all of which are bad. The costs are real. Tariffs can hurt consumers in the short term. At the same time, we should not be relying on Beijing for microchips, pharmaceuticals, or rare earth minerals. Additionally, we should not be engaged in trade wars with allies who we need standing with us against the Chinese. The World Trade Center analysis predicts slower growth in the United States and a possible recession as costs to consumers go up. The left wants to keep us tethered to global institutions, though, that reward bad actors. Donald Trump wants to make those institutions work for us or bypass them. Conservatives really do need to stand in the middle here and demand common sense. Now back to Los Angeles, where unrest continues for a fifth straight night. The Wall Street Journal reports the city is still on edge, and the Marines and National Guard units are arriving to restore order. Businesses are boarded up, public transportation is suspended in certain areas, and the police are asking Waymo, the self-driving taxi company, to suspend operations because people are summoning the taxis and then setting them on fire. This isn't just a local crisis. It's actually a national inflection point. The images coming out of Paramount City and Los Angeles County are deeply unsettling. Looting, arson, mob violence, but what's more disturbing is how we got here. The progressive left in California pushed soft-on-crime policies, undermined police authority, normalized chaos under the guise of equity, and turned a blind eye to the rise of illegal aliens, who now make up about 1/10 of the population of the most populous county in the United States, Los Angeles County. What's more unsettling is an American press corps, though, that insists it's no big deal, we should move on and pretend this is some isolated incident. President Trump's decision to send in reinforcements is unpopular with the left. It's necessary, though. Los Angeles is a warning to every city in America. Abandon order, and this is what you're going to get. On the upside, in response to the Marines moving in, Gavin Newsom is today announcing he will send over 800 police officers from surrounding counties to assist with law and order. Finally, a surprise from Capitol Hill. Republican Senator Josh Hawley has decided to unveil a bill to raise the federal minimum wage to $15 an hour. Let's be really blunt here. It's a bad idea. It is not conservative. It is terrible and doesn't make any common sense. The minimum wage sounds compassionate. Who doesn't want people to earn more? But in practice, it actually kills jobs. It shrinks opportunities. It hurts the very people it claims to help. Small businesses get crushed. Teenagers and entry-level workers get priced out of the market. Inflation winds up eating up the gains. Costs go up on everybody. Hawley's trying to sell this as a pro-worker scheme. It's actually terrible for business and terrible for the people it's supposed to help. This is not pro-worker populism. This is actually the economic populism of the left. Progressive cities like Seattle and San Francisco tried this, and guess what? We see in real time, real-world data, they lost jobs. Restaurants closed. Automation accelerated. Inequality didn't shrink. It actually got worse. Conservatives believe in empowering workers through growth, not mandates. You want to raise wages? Cut regulations, expand the economy, encourage entrepreneurship. Don't punish employers with one-size-fits-all wage laws from Washington, D.C. Josh Hawley's trying to outpopulist the left, but conservatism is principle. It's not pandering. Now, in closing, we've got the president sending troops to Los Angeles. The cost is going to exceed $130 million. The World Trade Organization says the United States is about to hit an economic slowdown because of the cost of tariffs and the uncertainty they add. The Marines have showed up in Los Angeles, and Gavin Newsom has decided to respond by sending in 800 additional police officers to assist with law and order. That's what matters. These are the 4 things you need to know this afternoon before you get home. Be sure to subscribe on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Like and share this episode and text Eric to 33777 for the show notes and updates. I'm Erick Erickson. Stay grounded, stay informed. As always, keep the faith.